Welcome to Tips from the Top with me, Jo Parry. Today, I've come to Shappendown Church of England Primary School in Cumbria. This is one of the top performing primary schools in the county. In this video, Lois Whitaker, head teacher, shares her top tips for dealing with those difficult staff members. As a manager, you are always going to have to deal with problem staff.
I do think it's extremely tempting to avoid discussion, avoiding that conversation, but I think you have to be honest, you have to be direct, and you have to start as you mean to go on.
I agree. You've got a responsibility as a manager, haven't you? And if you don't face up to the issue, it's actually going to get worse.
Yes, it will just get worse. It really will. I think the thing that everyone has to remember as a manager, a head teacher, is the children are our #1 priority. They come first. They're the centre of everything. And if something's affecting the children, it's up to us to address that issue or that problem.
We all make mistakes, don't we?
We do.
And as a manager, you've got to be prepared, I think, to hold your hands up.
Yes.
When you make mistakes.
I totally agree. I think you have to open up to mistakes, you have to be quick to apologise or to explain, and also have a culture where a mistake can be seen as an opportunity to build and to learn from it and to move on.
And talking about those conversations, when it's got sticky, what would be the advice you'd give to people about having those difficult conversations?
Yes. I think it's important right from the beginning to make it clear to the member of staff that you are going to take notes. You do need to have some evidence of any conversation that's taken place, and you then need to have some formal system in the school. Obviously you have a school policy that has something to do with this, I would hope, where those notes can be taken and kept and used, and then you can move on to setting targets with that member of staff and how to change the situation or improve practice.
You are so right. People need to protect themselves by having the right documentation in place.
You must be careful that right from that first conversation you're following correct procedures.
If you deal with it promptly, as you said, you can bring the situation to a really positive end.
Yes.
And I think the lovely thing from that was let our mistakes be our opportunities. And maybe we should teach our children that as well.
I think so.
Definitely. Lois, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Bad behaviour and inappropriate behaviour at work, if left unchecked, will continue and sometimes grow. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to bite the bullet and you're going to have to deal with this. But maybe these 3 tips will help. First of all, deal with facts. Gossip and rumour are really, really dangerous and can leave you looking very foolish if you haven't got your facts straight. So do the legwork. Make sure that you have your statements from a variety of people that you can work from. And then when you do talk to the person, please do it in a professional way, do it in a private environment. And you might look to bring another member of staff in if you think it's going to be a difficult meeting, but do it in a way that's non-confrontational. And I suppose that leads me to my second point. When you are talking with the person, make sure you highlight the positive. Don't focus on the negative. So instead of saying, I'm fed up with you arriving at work half an hour late every day, instead you might say that our team, we like to know that everybody is in work by 8:30, and that's how we behave around here. That way you put it in a more positive way and you're not pointing fingers. And finally, don't expect overnight miracles. This is going to take time. So once you've come up with a resolution, just have in the back of your mind that a leopard isn't going to change its spots overnight and that this is not going to be a quick fix. So I hope that really helps.